The Outspoken Network. This host Brian and Craig. We got episode 203. Craig, how's it going, brother?
Howdy, sir.
It's the Sportscast editions. We're going to update you on. We go around the league. We're going to update you on the NBA playoffs. We have the NHL playoffs, and we've got the NFL schedule release. We're going to get into a little bit later as well. Stick around for what's in our locker right after this, guys. All right, guys, welcome in. We're going to go around the league here, or the at least the three leagues. Major League Baseball, there's not a whole lot to talk about. We covered a little bit of it last week. We got a long way to go there. But we're going to jump into the NBA playoffs right off the bat. Episode 203 here. The Nuggets look strong, Craig. They look real strong against the Suns. I thought they would win in 6. They get the job done. Joker's been absolutely fantastic. There was a game he scored 53 points, and it's a game they lost, and he's looking to be on another level this year. And Denver's kind of that team that's always – they've had the talent. They've dealt with a lot of injuries. They haven't really put it together. They kind of remind me of the 76ers. They have talent. They have Embiid. They really haven't put it together. And this team right now is on a tear, and they were able to beat them 6-2. Suns, they got some superstars over there, but to me, it was Denver's depth that is really what hurt the Suns and took over the series. But Joker just going crazy.
Yeah, the last 2 games just were blowouts. I mean, they weren't even in the same gym. And Phoenix loses Chris Paul, which that's the story of Chris Paul is, every time it's a big game or playoffs, he seems to get hurt. He hurts his groin again in game 1 and never comes back. Durant and Booker go MIA, the last couple games. It just, you got to have your superstars show up in a situation like this when same in Philadelphia. We'll get to that in a minute. But, you just got to, when the game's on the line and you're in the playoffs, your big guys got to show up. That's how you got there. And when your big guys don't show up, you don't have a chance. And I picked Denver from the West from the get-go. I still think that's going to be the selection as much as everybody's pushing the other side of this. I still think Denver is probably going to be who comes out of the West.
I agree. I agree there. Joker's kind of just on the next level this year and played really well. The Lakers probably match up well with the Joker as the Lakers are up 3-2 over the Warriors. And this is a team, it seems like to me, like the Lakers healthy, they're scary. They have LeBron and they have Anthony Davis, who's when healthy has played good, but I don't know. It just seems like when they put their mind to it, they can beat anybody. But is their head in the game every time they step on the court? This season, it really hasn't been. I mean, they made the playoffs and they're making a run, and they'll probably beat the Warriors. Although you can't count the Warriors out, I'm not going to count Steph Curry out in any series. But they probably win this series and go on to the next round. But I'm not counting the Warriors out. But I think Lakers will win this series as well. And going into this, I thought the Warriors are going to win this. But going, to go and beat Anthony Davis and LeBron James in 2 times in a row, elimination would be very difficult for me to pick the Warriors to get through.
I don't think it's difficult for the Warriors. I think it's difficult for whatever reason, the road struggles they've had this year. They had 11 wins on the road this year. They were like 11-30. I mean, that's the worst away from a home center that I've ever seen in a long time. And so if they win tonight, then the Lakers are in trouble. The Lakers have to win at home, because once you go back to Oracle or whatever they call that place, um, then you're in trouble. But the Warriors away from their home gym have been just abysmal, and I can't figure that out. They've never had that problem. This team has been together. This isn't a new team. This isn't a new guy, a new coach, and nothing's new. So I don't know why we're struggling so far away from them when they leave home. But I think if they can beat them tonight, then they're in deal. The Lakers just drive me insane. Like 2 weeks ago or a month ago, they were not going to even make the play in. They were going to fire everybody. They were going to let LeBron go. And now all of a
Mhm.
sudden they're going to win the world championship. And in the first series, Anthony Davis can't feel his eye, can't move my arm. And now the other night he leaves in a wheelchair. Come on, stop. It's just too much. It's
They remind me. I call it the Aaron Rodgers effect. When he actually wants to play, they're good. When
and
they
then
give a damn,
LeBron.
they're good. But
Yeah.
I mean, LeBron quit on the Lakers last year. They didn't
Yes.
make the playoffs. It was looking like that way this year, and then he says, "Nah, I can't miss the playoffs." And they start playing and they start winning games, and I'm like, "Why? Where's this guy all year?"
And then he has a
Like,
news conference talking about, there's never been a team that I've been on that's flopped. What are you talking
yeah,
about? Like,
get over
every
it.
team you've been on flopped. You and Dwayne Wade had a Venmo to the league on just paying your flopping fines, because you just, every time somebody looked at you, you fell down. Stop it right now with this nonsense. That's been your MO forever, is that you're the biggest flopper. First of all, when you're going to the lane, you're like a bull in a china shop. You just drop your shoulder and run over everybody. But then if somebody touches you, you just fall down. There's more. You and Dwayne Wade spent more time on the floor than the shoes did. Stop it.
Yeah, I can't stand LeBron. I can't stand the
No, I
Lakers.
never have. Never have. Anybody that names themselves the king before they ever come in the league, I'm out.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I do think though the Lakers will match up well with Denver as far as the big man go, but I think that'll be a good series. But I think Denver comes out of the West, and in the East you have the Celtics win a game six. The bigs didn't show up there for the Sixers, and it's game seven, baby. Let's
They
go.
scored 13 points in the fourth quarter.
Terrible.
That's horrendous.
This is
13.
this is really this
Horrendous.
game is the tale of two legacies coming up. Game seven on the line. You've got Joel Embiid and you got Jason Tatum. Two guys that are great basketball players, but they've
But,
never put it together. And
but
Tatum
Tatum's
has a lot of
Tatum's
more.
already won, though. Has he not? Have they not
No,
won with him there?
no, he's gone. They went last year. They didn't win it.
I don't know.
I I think Embiid has a lot more pressure on him than Tatum does. But this is kind of the tale of two legacies. Tatum's a guy that some people see as a superstar, and some people don't. Sometimes he's on, sometimes he's not. And Joel Embiid, I mean, he's come out this year, played really well.
Yeah, he won
He's
the MVP.
won the MVP. He's faced a lot of injuries before. Um,
And
he's really put it
Harden
together
found the fountain of youth somehow, and
somehow. Yeah,
is scoring 40 a game.
I hope 76ers come out of this, and I would love to see Embiid versus Joker in the championship.
I picked Boston out of the East from the get go. I just thought they were the best team overall, and you know, but I don't know. I mean, they now go back to Boston, so that's a problem.
Did they go back to Boston?
I believe so.
I thought they were going back to Philly.
Or maybe they were in Boston last night. I thought all the teams that were down had home court advantage.
Let's look into that because that's going to be a big. That's going to be a big.
I thought Boston had a
Difference.
home court. I thought the Warriors had home court. I thought all the teams that were down 3-1 were the Knicks have home court.
Oh wow, yeah, that's going to change my pick.
Yeah.
You know how hard it is to win a game 7 in the Garden?
In the Garden, yeah, with
Um,
90,000 people screaming at you,
very
yeah.
difficult.
Yeah, you shoulda closed it out last night. That's the
What they
problem.
score, like 80 points last night? 86 points?
Again, 13 in the fourth quarter. That's
Terrible.
all that matters. I mean, the game was tied with about 10 minutes to go, and they just stopped playing basketball. They just stopped putting it in the hoop. Like,
And Miami takes a 3-0 or 3-2 lead over the Knicks. And here we are. Miami, I talked about it early in the playoffs. They're a team that underachieved in this regular season. They were the 8th seed, and now look here we are. We're here gonna probably beat the Knicks, go on to the next round. Their injuries, they've got injuries, but Jimmy Butler, baby, don't want to face him in the playoff time. He's wielded his team
just
this
another one
far,
of
man.
those guys. Just another one of those guys that is weird. Like, where is he for the 82 games, and then all of a sudden in the playoffs now he's Michael Jordan, and rolls his ankle and comes out with just duct tape it, it's fine, and I don't understand. But Eric Spoelstra, I mean,
Hats
you
off.
can't
Hats off.
fight the guy. I mean, he's an 8th seed, and he's just going in there and he beats the team that won the championship last year, probably the best player in basketball in the game right now, and he beats them. And granted, they had some injuries, and you know. Antetokounmpo with one of them, but he misses the game, and whatever. The Heat do take care of their job. That's why you don't, as a Mavericks, you don't tank. Now, are you going to beat Denver? And probably not. Joker's not going to miss 3 games like the Freak did. So it's fine. But I'm just saying, this is why you don't ever lose on purpose. Look at the Florida Panthers in hockey. On the last day of the season, they weren't a playoff team. And then, oh, look, the Penguins choked over here against the Columbus Blue Jackets. And now I'm in. And now not only am I in, now I beat the best team in hockey. Now I'm fixing to be up 3 games on this team over here. And you're like, this is why you just get in. Just get in. And that's what Miami's done. Miami's just got in, and now they've taken care of business. And
They've got in. They've got a head coach that knows how to win big
yes,
games.
yes.
They've got players that know how to win big games,
And they're all playing together.
and they're doing it injured too. I
Yes,
mean,
yes. You don't see guys. You don't see guys that are like, oh, I got a hangnail, can't play today. Sorry,
no.
That's not it. Jimmy Butler's out there scoring 39, playing 40 minutes a night on a bum ankle.
Spoelstra's got to be top 3 head coach in the NBA. I mean, there's
absolutely. I mean, you never heard of the guy until and then he just shows up in Miami and starts winning.
And he's a guy that, just amazing. What he's doing.
He checks the egos at the door.
Yep.
He told LeBron James, "We're not doing that. Just you want to be the head coach? Sorry, no, you can leave."
He's the one guy that they were like, yeah, we're not gonna fire our head coach, LeBron.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
He's too dang good.
Yeah. I'm going to give you a choice. Okay, well, you're gone. Wait, what? Yeah, no, yeah. Now you know why. It's because that guy will be there until he doesn't want to be there. Not
until he decides
until he decides he's done.
All right, Craig. Let's jump over. Well, hold on real quick. So if we had to pick who's going to win the championship and who's going to be the matchup, who are you picking in the NBA?
I still think, even though it shouldn't be, but I think Boston and I'm going to stick with Boston and Denver. That's who I'm going with. They're going to, those are the 2 teams that I thought would make it out of the East and the West, and I still think they can do it. Denver's clearly already in the West Finals, and are the Lakers a worse matchup? And did I never see that as even a possibility because they were in the play-in tournament? Yeah, no, I get it, but I just think Denver has put it together this year and is playing the best basketball they've ever played, and I think that Boston, if they beat Philly in Game 7 in Boston, which we just said that's the hardest place to win in Game 7, then I think they can beat Miami. So
I got Denver, and I'm gonna go. My head tells me that Boston probably win Game 7 in the Garden, but I'm gonna go Denver and Philly in the championship. It could happen, but I do want to see Embiid versus Joker for the championship. That's who I got going in. I think Denver wins the matchup, regardless if it's Boston or um, the 76ers. Let's jump over to the Stanley. We're gonna go to the Stanley Cup playoffs. NHL baby. Stars get the deal done the other night as they take a 3-2 lead. Let's start there, Craig, as we're both Stars fans, and um, I'm not a veteran hockey fan like you are, but it's been a fun ride this year to watch, and I find myself not just watching Stars games. I'm turning on hockey in general. Hockey playoffs so fun to watch. Um, but this is a great series. Stars lose the first one in a heartbreaking overtime. They come out with game 2 win, and they get blown out game 3, and then they really put it to them in game 4 and 5. So it's kind of a mirror of what they did in the last series against the Avalanche. Not against the Avalanche, but again, who they play last series against
Minnesota.
Minnesota. Their game 6 is tomorrow night. It's fantastic.
Finally get a game that doesn't start at 8:30, and of course it's the day you can sleep in. Thanks a lot, NHL, for that. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
For us that have to wake up at 2:00 in the morning, I really appreciate that. The Stars are basically, when they win, they play defense in front of Ottinger. The games they've won, they've played. They've only let up the game 2 that they won. They only let up 19 shots. Last night, they only let up like 23. There was a small 10-minute window that they didn't play in front of them again, and they scored 2 goals in about, a minute and a half. That's what the Lightning, when they score, they seem to score in bunches. It happened game 1. They scored 4 goals inside of a 3-minute time span. The game 3 that they won, they scored 5 goals in a minute, in a 3-minute time span. They seem to score in bunches. The Dallas Stars kryptonite seems to be speed. And when Tampa gets, or when the Kraken Seattle gets their speed, get their legs under them and get going and get moving, Dallas has trouble. They can't get back on defense. They don't get in front of Ottinger. They get clean looks, and it's a problem. When they're playing defense, when they're hitting people, when they're slowing the puck down, when they're doing the forecheck, and they're not allowing Seattle to fly to get a steam, to get a run, an odd man rush. If you notice the Minnesota series, how many times we say in the Minnesota series, how many times are we going to let a breakaway? Ottinger can only save you so many times. Like, stop letting 3-on-1s. Like, you've got to get back on defense. Heiskanen, of course, takes the puck to the face. He's a little deal. You're missing Marchment because he took an inadvertent elbow to the deal. He's in concussion protocol. Ty Dellandrea missed a game because of an injury. Hakanpää hasn't missed because of injury or just because he hasn't played well. I think the Stars win the series because they won last night, and they have 2 chances rather than the one that Seattle has.
I think it probably goes 7.
I hope not.
I hope not.
Because what you want is Seattle, as Seattle has shown you, at any point in time they can post 3 on you in a 3-minute time span. So you don't want to be down to 1 game and have the ability to have a bad 3-minute stretch and go, now we're in trouble. So I hope that they come out and take care of business tomorrow night, even though it's on the road. And I don't know. The bottom line is, even if they advance, I don't like the matchup either way in the West Finals. I don't like Vegas, and I definitely don't like anybody who tells you they want Edmonton needs to have their head reexamined, because that's the 2 best players in hockey. That is like, hey, I want to go face Trout and Ohtani. No, you don't. Stop it. Yeah. I don't want to go face Connor McDavid and Draisaitl in a 7-game series. I don't want to do it. Their power play is like, I don't know, 94% successful, because they have the 2 best players in the game, 2 of the top 5 in the game. No, I'm good. I'd rather take my chances with Vegas and deal. But even that's not great. And um and I don't, I don't uh
You know what?
I just don't trust Edmonton. I want I if I have to pick, I want Vegas. Um that's what I want.
I mean,
Um
they're both.
but neither one of them are a great matchup. Neither one of them. They struggled against both of them this year. I was at the game they played Vegas, the last game, and Ottinger made a toe save in a shootout to preserve that win. I mean, I think either one of those series you're going to have a long deal. And I'll tell you who I definitely don't want to see, and that's Carolina on the other side. That's the scariest team. That is Dallas Stars kryptonite over there because those guys fly.
Oh, they just whooped butt 4-1 versus the
Oh,
Devils.
they
Devils
made
getting the
New
same
Jersey look
points.
like they weren't even in the same deal. Again, you want to talk about a stretch of 3 or 4 minute hockey, and they scored 5 goals. I mean, it happened every game.
They won 5-1, 6-1, 8-4,
Yeah,
6-1,
yeah,
3-2. Like,
like
woo.
yes, and it's just they score in bunches. Like it's we're coming now. Their passing is on. They're not icing the puck. They're not dropping things. It's stick to stick to stick to stick, and guys aren't having to wait. The puck is on the tape of the stick as the guy's coming into the zone, and they're flying, and it's going to be a downhill rush. I think Dallas is in trouble if they have to face Carolina.
The
The
Knights.
hope you the hope you can have over there is Florida.
Yeah, the Knights and Oilers are 2-2 right now.
Yeah.
And
I
then you
think
look
that's
at
going to go 7.
yeah,
That's just a an old fashioned slobber knocker. You got guys that are getting suspended. One from the Edmonton who initiated a fight. The other guy from the Knights, Connor McDavid. I guess he's the new commissioner of hockey. He comes out and says, "Hey, that guy needs suspended because he slashed my guy." And they were like, "Connor, I think you're right. That guy's suspended for slashing." I mean, so it's crazy over there. It's playoff hockey. It's very chippy. Florida plays tonight to try to eliminate Tampa or try to eliminate Toronto. Toronto looks like they used all their energy to make it out of the
yeah.
first round for the first time. Like they didn't even know there was a second round. It appears they were like, "What? That we were going golfing." It's playoff hockey, and it's amazing. And I watched all year. I love the NHL. It's something that is if you know what you're looking for, and then to be. I went to several games this year. To be in the arena just is a whole nother experience in itself. I was at game one. That was something that I'll never forget. Um, and it's just it's going to be a very. I mean, this is the first time I can remember that I can give you a path for all 8 teams that are left to win the cup. Normally, there's a clear cut favorite. There's like last year was Colorado. The last couple of years have been Tampa Bay. You know, the year Florida won it, they were the clear cut favorite. This year, I can tell you right now that I can show you how the Stars get to the West Finals and they win. I can show you how Seattle beats the Stars and they win. I can show you how Edmonton, they got the best 2 players in hockey. I can show you how they win. Vegas, if they play defense in front of this, the Vegas goaltender, he's the number 1 goaltender, is out for the rest of the playoffs. So they're going with a backup goaltender. He comes in the other night, just sitting on the bench, chilling over there, playing, with his phone or whatever. The next thing you know, he's like, "Oh, I'm in the game. Ha! Shut out." And he shuts them out from the time he comes off the bench. It's just crazy things are happening, and that's what it's for. I mean, that's what it's about.
Hockey playoffs is very entertaining. You can. It's kind of what got me back into hockey watching last year in the playoffs, and I was like, okay, I got to give this a shot. So, very interesting ride so far for our Stars, and we'll see if they can continue to go on. But we recently had the NFL schedule release, Craig, and this is something that it's nice to look at and see what your team, see the streak, the schedule, and see the top games and going from there. But I got a list here of a couple different things. They have the top 10 games of next year. So let's go through that list and see who. Do we want to go backwards or do we want to start with number one?
Either way.
All right, let's go backwards. At number 10, uh, and the only reason this is on here is because of the two quarterbacks this team's just drafted, and it's Houston at Carolina. You got Bryce Young versus CJ Stroud matchup. They play week 8, a 1 o'clock game on Fox. So this is only here for those two guys. These teams are supposed to be pretty bad, and we'll see what happens. Number 9, you have Cincinnati at Jacksonville, December 4th. That'll be a good game from last year. You had obviously the Bengals are probably their favorite to win their division, and you have Jacksonville who showed promise at the end of the season, who came back and beat the Chargers in that crazy playoff game last year. There's a lot of questions for a lot of teams going into this next season, and will Trevor Lawrence be that guy? Can he be consistent? That's the question mark for Jacksonville's. Can he be consistent?
He came in. He didn't have a great start to the career. Is the head coach really the QB whisperer and has righted the ship, or was that just a fluke? It'll be interesting to see. There's gonna be a lot of eyes on a lot of quarterbacks this year. Lamar and the guy from Philly and Lawrence and I mean, there's going to be a lot of looks at guys that got paid and guys that had good seasons last year. It'll be interesting.
It'll be definitely interesting. Number 8, the Patriots at the Raiders.
Not real sure why that's on there.
I don't know why this is on here. Jimmy Garoppolo.
I continue to forget that he's there. Yeah. I'm like Raiders. I'm like, who's even playing for them?
And it's funny because I forget he's there, but I called it before he got traded. I said he's going to go to the Raiders. It just makes sense, and it happened. Yeah. Number 7, you got Jacksonville at Buffalo, October 8th in the cold weather.
Well, it's not December 17th, so.
Yeah, good luck with that one.
Thanks.
Miami goes to Chargers on September 10th. That's week 1. Week 1.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that takes my point out. I was gonna say if Tua hasn't died, that'll be a good game. But I guess in week 1 he won't have the opportunity to have been paralyzed yet.
Yeah. Keyword there. You got Eagles at number 5 versus the Jets in October.
That's only because
Aaron Rodgers. That's it. Cowboys are number 4 at San Francisco.
That game is
October 8th.
Yeah, a Sunday night game. They did the Cowboys no favors. They go to San Francisco on a Sunday night. Then they have to go back. If I'm McCarthy, I'm staying in California because the next week they go on Monday and play the Chargers. So to go to California, come back to Texas, go back to California, that's just that's a lot of travel. Time zones. They should hopefully just go down to Oxnard and practice for a week down there, I guess, or something, because it just doesn't make much sense to come back. But the 49ers have been the kryptonite for the last 2 years. They've been who eliminated Dallas.
Green Bay can't beat them.
So you don't know who the only problem is right now, you don't know who the quarterback's going to be in San Francisco. You don't know if Bryce Purdy is going to throw it left-handed, or if they're going to give Trey Lance a chance, or if maybe one of the 19 quarterbacks they've signed in the offseason are going to start the season. So you just never know what's going to happen down there. But QB whisperer head coach seems to be on it.
You got number 3, Jets at Buffalo. So again, Aaron Rodgers is going to get a lot of hype. This is November 19th, deep into the season.
I was very surprised they put the game against Dallas so early in the season. I figured
number
that
2,
would be
right.
The second week. I really felt that would be a later, or maybe a Thanksgiving.
Is it in Dallas?
It's in Dallas. I thought maybe it would be like a Thanksgiving games. I figured it would be national televised Sunday night, something to that effect, and none of those things. It's just like a 3 o'clock, Fox
Aaron Rodgers has never lost there, so good luck with
No,
that
he
one.
has not. Thank you for that.
Cincinnati at number 2 here
Never lost.
at the Chiefs. Never lost. At the Chiefs, December 31st, week 17. That's the end of the season with that game. Well, it's at 425, but this is the last game. And then you got number 1 is a Eagles Chiefs rematch on November 20th. So that ought to be good. That ought to be a fun one. Let's see. You got they broke down revenge games. You got um, you know,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Cowboys and Niners are on there. The Raiders and
Cowboys, Niners,
Patriots.
Cowboys, and Jets, and
You got
and you
Packers,
know,
Lions,
yeah.
Packers, Bears.
I'll tell you that the back end of the Cowboys schedule is brutal. You got 5 teams that all made the playoffs last year. That you finish with Seattle and Detroit and Philadelphia, and I mean it is murderous row in in December. You got Buffalo, Philadelphia, Seattle, Detroit, and one more. I mean it's 5 brutal. I mean, yeah.
I'm trying to look at toughest schedules. All right, Patriots have the toughest schedule in the league. Apparently,
That
they got a
I don't
week 11
understand
bye.
how they
They
were the
play
third place.
they play Eagles, Dolphins, Jets, Cowboys, Saints, Raiders, Bills, Dolphins, Commanders, Colts, Giants, Chargers, Steelers, Chiefs, Broncos, Bills, Jets. Apparently, number 2 is the Rams.
Yeah, that's
They
going to be fun too, because they don't have a quarterback. I don't think that can maybe throw a ball more than about 10 yards. Maybe the Stetson Bennett show about 3 weeks into the season, so that'll be fun. Um,
they're
and this is a team who sold out. They just went all in, and it worked. They got a championship, but they're going to have about 5 wins for the next 5 years because they don't have any draft picks, and they apparently don't have a quarterback that has an arm that like works anymore.
Oh yeah, they no they don't.
Yeah.
I'm looking through here and trying to figure out where
See, I
the
don't know
cow.
how these teams, like, how did the Rams get a tough schedule when they had 4 wins last year? Like, how does that work? Like, the team with the worst record shouldn't turn around and go, "Hey, I got a good idea. Let's give them the hardest schedule on the planet."
The Rams at 2. You got Cardinals at 3. They had a horrible season.
Well, they're
Kansas
not going to have,
City.
they're literally not going to have a quarterback for the first 6 weeks of the season. I love it. Kyler Murray is all of a sudden like first one in, last one to leave. Like, I'm here, coach. I'm the new dedicated quarterback that I've always wanted. My work ethic that they question, I'm brand new. I'm back. Well, that's great, Kyler, but you can't play for 7 weeks. So if you want to
Right.
study, that's great. But
Yeah. Ryan says, listen, I'm on the way back from Destin, driving to in Louisiana right now. So please give me 10 minutes of uninterrupted Cowboy content. Thanks.
that's what I'm talking about.
Well, Ryan, it's not all about the Cowboys on this
It is.
show. Okay. I mean, um, Chiefs at 4, Bills at 5, Ravens at 6, Jets are at 7. Good luck, Aaron Rodgers. Miami's at 8, Minnesota at 9, Buccaneers at 10, and that's your top 10 hardest. So none of our teams are on there. That's
See,
kind of a
that's
good
a
thing.
surprise because they said Dallas was a tough schedule. I mean, it sounds tough.
Um, they're outside the top 10. I think they're like 12 or 13. I saw the Saints have the easiest. You got the Panthers, the Colts, the Jaguars. You got the Bears. The Packers are at 6, easiest. Atlanta at 7. 49ers at number 8, and the Bengals at number 9, and Detroit at number 10. So that's pretty interesting as well. Pull up, look, Ryan. Uh, Look, all right, Craig, pull up the Dallas Cowboys schedule and we'll go through it right now. We'll give you one, Ryan. Pull up their schedule. Let's pull up the Dallas Cowboys schedule right here and we will
The
go through it
Giants, the
just
Jets,
just we'll go through it just for Ryan driving back. Week 1, who do you play week 1?
the Giants.
That's a win.
That's it. Yeah, they're ten
Giants
and
are
zero. They're 10-0 against the last 10 times they played. Dak
Gi-
Prescott's never lost to the Giants.
they will get better, I think. But I do think last year was a little bit of a fluke. So I'm going to give that one. Um, I'm going to give that one to the Cowboys. Who's next? Who we got next, Craig?
Jets
Aaron Rodgers never lost.
never
There's a lot of
lost.
there into AT&T Stadium. That one's a question mark for me because there's a lot of questions going on with the Jets. There's a lot of questions on. First of all, is Aaron Rodgers going to feel like playing? Is he going to mesh well there? Is he going to get along with his coach? I think they'll do. I think they'll do good. I'm going to go ahead and give this one to the Jets.
I mean, yeah, it right now it would look
It's a
that
coin
way.
flip.
It would be. I mean, yeah. I mean, how well does Rodgers um the
Wide receivers
wide
and the
receivers, the
offense.
team, all that. How does that work? Um, and then is he done? Is Father Time really? I mean, we don't know. I mean, he had a kind of a the last
He's
few
not.
weeks of the season,
He's not done.
So
He didn't
yeah,
want to play here. That's the
but he but
problem.
he never but he never lost inside of AT&T Stadium, and until he does, then you have to go with thing. Uh, yeah, he said that's exactly what I had is 12-5. People call me crazy. Um, I
Well,
but you're gonna have to beat the Niners. You're gonna have to beat the Buffalo. You're gonna have to beat one of those teams.
Well, look, let's go through it. Let's go through it right now. All right, let's go through it because I'm gonna keep tab here too. I got obviously Cowboys and Cardinals week 3. That's Dallas Cowboys win. That's an easy victory over a team that doesn't have a quarterback. You got Patriots. Patriots after that. Um, give me Cowboys. The Patriots don't really know who the quarterback is. If it's Mac Jones, your coach has been trying to trade him away since day one. Um, you got the Cowboys beating Patriots.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they have no place. They have no faith in their quarterback. You
No,
got Arizona the week before, and with no Kyler Murray, that's a win. I got them beating the Patriots because they have no faith in Mac Jones. I mean, you don't if you have no faith between him and Zappy, you don't even know who's the quarterback's going to be. So I think they can beat him. Yeah.
I think 49ers. Well, it depends on who the quarterback's going to be.
Yes, I agree. 100%. 100%. It's in San Francisco on Sunday night. Do you trust Trey Lance? Is Brock Purdy healthy? Are you going with the guy that's bounced around the league forever who's over there? I mean, you just don't know who the quarterback's going to be.
Give
So
give
right now
me.
I'm going to give the 49ers the heads up, but that could be a win pending who the quarterback is.
I'm gonna go with the Cowboys. Um, this is a revenge game. It's also a game that is early on. It
It
doesn't
is.
matter. It's a
And I
game. It's
like
not
what
a
they did with
playoff
the
game. It's
running.
not a.
I
It's
like
not
what
a.
they did with the line
It's
to
not a.
prevent the running.
Can I finish? It's not a important football game. It's early on in the season. I think Dallas wins this one. They're gonna have the better quarterback.
It should.
They should. Now, what'd you say about the running?
Well, they've put a focus into stopping the run, and that's where San Francisco has really beat them the last couple of years with the running back. They got, and then the wide receiver playing running backs. That's where San Francisco running reverses, and that's where they beat them. And so if you can prevent the run, if you can beef up your run defense and not let them teams run all over you, then maybe you have a chance.
Yeah, the Kwame Brown, or is it Kwame Brown? What's his name? His name? Kwame or Kwame? What's your guy's name that you
Oh,
drafted?
Mozzie.
Mozzie, whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see. I think he's gonna be pretty good. You got Cowboys going to San Diego, or well, Los Angeles. My bad. The Chargers. I got the Chargers winning that one. I'll give the Chargers there.
Yeah, because like
Um,
I said, all the travel. If Dallas doesn't stay in California, that's a lot of travel to go. They get an extra day because they play Sunday night and then they play the Chargers on
and
Monday
then
night.
you play the Rams right after that.
Yeah, but I think one of those games at home. But
Oh yeah, the
that's
Rams are at home.
gonna be a Kellen Moore. Remember Kellen Moore went there. Kellen's gonna want to bring out the deal and try to show Dallas that why'd you get rid of me? I got a high powered offense. So he's gonna try to sling it all over the yard against Dallas and run up the score. Um, they're going to have the better quarterback in that deal.
Yep.
We like the quarterback in San Diego or L.A. So I mean, yeah, I think they lose one of those games, and I think it's probably that one.
I think Cowboys beat the Rams at home.
Yeah,
I don't think
again,
that's
that could be the Stinson Bennett show, could be injury, quarterback. Yeah, 100%.
Cowboys go to Eagles. I'm going to give that one a loss. Traveling to
Yes,
Philly. Giants again. After that, I'm going to give the Cowboys a win there. It's Panthers, that's a Cowboy win. That's an easy
yes,
one. The Commanders, that's a Cowboy win.
yep. This is the
Seattle,
stretch. This is
my
the stretch
gosh.
where you could win 5 in a row, 6 in a row.
Seattle, I'm going to give the Eagles the other win. I think they're going to sweep
Nope,
you guys
that's not
in
happening.
December.
They've never
The
done it. It's
the
not.
Bills, I'm going to give the Bills the
That's a
victory.
loss. You're in December.
I'm going to give Miami the victory if Tua is healthy. The Lions are going to lose. Um, and then the Cowboys will beat the Commanders to finish the season. So right now, I am 11 and
11 and
6 on
6,
the
12
Dallas
and 5.
Cowboys.
Yeah. It-
Pretty close.
yeah.
There's a couple games. I mean, there's a couple games that are going to
The
you'll
Miami
you'll
game
you'll
could go a
lose.
different
You
way.
know,
The
I could see the Giants beating you guys one time, and y'all beating a
I
team
do
that
not
you
see
know.
that. I don't see Philadelphia sweeping them. They normally don't. Neither team sweeps the other one. Dallas hasn't swept them in forever. Philly hasn't swept Dallas in forever. Uh
Um, we'll see. We'll see. Phillies probably win the division next year.
that
12
would
and
be the first
5.
time in 642 years that a team has repeated in the NFC.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah. Oh, after the money they just paid him, um, then yeah, he
I
better come up. He
I'm
better
just
come up
not
with it.
I'm just not sold on him. I'm
I
just
would have
not
waited one
sold
more
on him.
year. I would have waited
I
one more
mean,
year.
Lamar did the same thing. Lamar goes and wins the
Tua will be
MVP.
hurt.
Lamar goes and wins the MVP, and he hasn't had a season like that ever again.
Oh,
And
Lamar. Oh, the Ravens. Yeah.
yeah,
Well, that's the Ravens.
it's the same
This
type
team's a
quarterback.
lot. It is, but this team's a lot better than the Ravens
It's the
are.
same type quarterback.
And I think the weapons are what really helped them out last year. So I think they're going to be pretty much what they were this year. You're gonna and you got to go in there into a NFL schedule with a little grain of salt because, like I said, every year you lose games you shouldn't and you win games you shouldn't. Every year that happens. So you
Yes,
kind of got to take
yes.
that. Um, Yeah, Buffalo already crying about this one. Buffalo in December for the boys. Yep, they got to travel to Buffalo. Um, I have Green Bay. Like Green Bay this year, my highest was I could get them was 8 and 9, and that was um,
And
being
that's if Love has just a bang out year.
if Love is what if Love is what I think he is, then we're going to be in for a long season. But um, we'll see. It's interesting. Our schedule didn't look too difficult. I'm not going to go through it right now, but we have some rumors around the NFL. I saw a rumor today that Tennessee is going to cut Willis already, the quarterback they just drafted, and keep Tannehill and whoever the other guy they have there.
Yeah, the guy
Um,
they just drafted.
yeah, terrible. Ryan says Green Bay's gonna be going 5-12. Get out of here. It could happen. We could go worse than that, but I think we're too talented of a football team to go 5-12. But it's all going to depend on Love.
Defensively, you should be there to
Yeah,
should
we have a
win
decent
some.
defense.
Yeah,
So we got good running backs, and we have potential. Watson has a great wide receiver, stepped it up last year. Um, we'll see. It's interesting. I haven't gone into a season in a long time with quarterback questions. So, and you're right, we do have no wide receivers. I mean, look, wide receiver, we should have gone and got a number one wide receiver this year in the draft. We should have used our first round draft pick, but we never freaking do.
Got a couple of tight ends.
Yeah, we drafted double back to back tight ends. But we'll see how it pans out. I hope we go add a veteran wide receiver before it's all said and done because I think we need it. But the Bills kicker, punter, what's his face?
Matt Ariza.
Ariza. Career is ended, basically, unless someone gives him another shot because he got drafted by the Bills. He was falsely accused, just turned down he was falsely accused of rape. The Bills cut him, and no one picked him up. And this is something that happens to men in general, or happens to popular men that are going to go on and make a lot of money and play a sport or do whatever, and women think they can just make up these stories and get money out of it, and it's a damn shame that this guy's career has been. I mean, he's got a mark. He's got a mark on him, and
If you
you
go
ruined his
back
career.
and review the show of what we did when this broke out, I said tap the brakes a little bit because here's my problem with that was there was no criminal charges. It was all civil. And normally, if you see that, it's because in the civil trial, you do not have to prove guilt. You just have to get a majority of people to believe your side of the story. It's
Yeah.
easier to prove in a civil case that deal. The problem is there was videotape that showed him leaving an hour before this ever happened. He was gone. He wasn't there. Now, they're still saying that those two might have hooked up that night before the party or after the party. Problem is, she was 17, telling people she was 18, so she was underage. So that's a problem in itself.
Yeah.
But yeah, the guy gets cut, and now he probably, I don't know if Buffalo will re-sign him, if any team will re-sign him, because
We'll
is
see
this
him
thing
with
over? Is this thing still? Is there still more to come? Are they going to appeal it?
we'll
Like,
see
I
him
don't know.
with the XFL or something at some
Maybe.
point probably. But it's just to have that taken away from you after working hard to get there, and this apparently be a made up situation is got to be devastating. So that's all we got here. We're looking forward to the Stars game tomorrow night. Craig, what is in your locker?
We got a tournament in Plano this weekend. Bowling had forgotten about it. It's a city tournament. So we're going to roll up there tomorrow and bowl 6 games tomorrow, and then 3 more on Sunday. It's a house I kind of like. I bowl travel league there, and so it'll be interesting to see how we can do there. And other than that, not much. Getting ready. Graduation is right around the corner for my youngest. He graduates the 27th. There'll be a party the 28th, and then he is on his own type deal. So it'll be exciting for him, scary, but he's ready for it. So that's about it.
Awesome. I ain't got much planned. I got to go. I've got to go Mother's Day shopping for the Sunday, and usually my mom's here and on the weekends, and she can watch the kids, so I can go do all my shopping without dragging 4 kids around. And she's gone, so I'm gonna go drag 4 kids around to multiple stores tomorrow in the rain and go grocery shopping. It's not gonna be all that fun, but I hope to make my wife's Mother's Day a special day for her and thank her for all the hard work she does taking care of the kids and being a mother. And kudos to all you mothers out there and the fine job you do at nurturing your children, raising your kids, and still putting up with your grown up children that you have. So, um, oh, we still got more chatting. Order pickup, bro. I have never done that. I have never ordered at Walmart
That is
and
the
have
only way to
them
do it. You'll do it once and you'll
never
never
do it again,
go back.
or never go back. I usually go to Winco, and I don't think they have that there, but
They do not, probably.
we'll have to see.
Some of the substitutions they give you are weird. Hey, we
Yeah,
didn't have mac and cheese. Here, how's this pasta salad? No, that's not even
that's
close.
not the same
It's not
thing.
even close.
You got cheese, and then the other one's
Yeah,
mayo.
yeah,
Like,
but that's
what are we doing? That's
okay.
it's not gonna work.
I should have gone myself, but
Yeah.
I didn't have to go in there and deal with 1,000 people. So anyhow, yeah, no, looking forward to Mother's Day. Not sure how we decided to bowl on Mother's Day weekend, but we'll
Yeah,
figure
that's
it out.
probably gonna get a lot of guys in trouble.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, sorry, honey. I know it's your day and all, but I'm
No, but I'll
watch
be
the
back.
kids.
Yeah, I'll be
Make
back.
me a sandwich. I'm going to
Yeah,
go.
yeah. So we'll see. But other than that, that's about all.
That is about it. And one thing, well, no, I don't want to end on that. All right, guys. Well, that's going to be the show tonight. We're looking forward to the hockey game tomorrow night. Staying up and watching that
Hopefully,
bad boy.
pass out some handshakes tomorrow night.
Yep. Head on to the next series. Feel free to watch our show live. We do have a podcast. If you can't catch us live here, we live stream every Friday night. And then when we get back into football season, we do 2 episodes a week on Tuesdays and Fridays. So look forward to that. We're on every social media platform on except Twitter. I don't do Twitter anymore. Twitter's a pain in the butt. But we do Twitch and Facebook and Twitter or not Twitter, but Instagram. So come check us out there. Grow the show, baby. So we got some new stuff coming up when hopefully sooner than later, but we're excited about the changes coming to the show, new graphics, new intro videos. We're doing it off a whole new platform as well. So looking forward to that when that happens sooner than later. But enjoy your weekend, guys. God bless. And